G'day, Leon here from Sparesbox. So today we're doing the stage 2 upgrade to the engine. You may have seen in the previous episode, we've done the stage 2 sort of upgrade to the brakes, so we're getting it track ready for Bathurst next week. So we're putting in a heap of the racing line gear. It's already got a racing line stage 2 tune on the DSG and the engine. So we're putting in the catch can, we're putting in the induction kit, we're putting in the turbo muffler delete and the elbow that goes into the turbo. So all looks really good, make it look stock with a sort of, subtle upgrade. So hopefully it's going to be great and, unleash the last bit of performance in the stage 2 kit.
Obviously, before we start, let's just get the servicing done, get the basics sorted. Got the Wartech alloy sump there for extra capacity and venting, which has been really good. We're just going to quickly throw some of our favourite Penrite Racing 5W30 in there. I have run the Lipper Molly as well, Molly Gen 540, which is also good. So fresh Penrite Racing 10/10 5W30. Have been running this in the car for about 3,000 or 4,000 kilometres now, and it keeps all temperatures nice and low. I can take the load. So here we have the racing line stuff. This is the sexy stuff, always good for the upgrades. BMC filter, which has been great coming out. So now we're going really to the next level. The BMC is great for stage 1. It has been pretty good for stage 2 as well. Airbox comes out, all the turbo plumbing comes off. The turbo muffler sits behind there. Here you can see the new elbow with larger diameter inlet, so basically more air coming in with less restriction. That's the idea here. And that just sort of squeezes back onto the turbo housing in here with the muffler delete. It is a bit of a tricky spot down the bottom there, but you can see the sort of no cut out there, and this is designed to sort of take some of that turbo noise out of the induction. Obviously most people modifying their car like the turbo noise, so let's have more turbo noise. Probably restrictive slightly on the flow as well. And here you can see the baffle that sits in the top plate where it replaces the EGR valve, and this whole plate here goes in place of where the OEM valve sits, EGR valve, and it's a really nice piece of alloy. Machined up and really tight tolerances, which is great, and this is what they recommend specifically, other than the catch can, to stop oil surge into the induction, which blows a heap of smoke out the back of the car if you do get a surge under heavy braking on track. So that's a key part of the racing line kit that other makes don't have. And here you can see the old EGR valve, which is quite a complex OEM bit of kit coming out and replaced with the much more simple racing line version. I believe that it's what they run on their TCR cars as well. Because we're using the gasket, it's a pretty new gasket, but we could have, if I was a bit more prepared, bought a brand new one, but that's gone in, no problems at all. You can see here just fits really cleanly and nicely into the top of the head and bolts in place of the previous one. So here we have the washer relocation device, which we'll see in a moment why that's needed. This plugs in. You can see here the catch can. Catch can has a dipstick to see how full it is. I don't think they fill up too quickly, say every 5,000 or so. Probably depends, I'll be checking it. Also has a handy drain on the bottom to get any residue that's collected in the bottom of the catch can. And here we have the washer filler, which has to be deleted for the catch can, and here we have the remote reservoir, which basically allows the bottle is actually below, down underneath the sort of engine mount there, so it just sort of, you lose some capacity, it's not too bad. And the routing, it's all really high quality AN fittings, and then the sort of Volkswagen specific fittings on the back of the turbo elbow where the fumes vent back into the induction to get burnt, and it all can be routed quite nicely in a very OEM look, nice black. I really like it, it's very subtle, really high quality, which is great. Mind you, Volkswagen engine, pretty ugly. So here we have the remote reservoir fluid reservoir filler, just clips in there and allows you to fill up the reservoir that, as I mentioned, sits below. So here we have the airbox, the old box going out, and it has all the bungs and the grommets, etc. It's a much bigger box, but you can see it's really great OE quality, and it sits there underneath the reservoir or the cooling vent hose. Goes right across the front of the car and actually sucks air through. It comes with this foam induction filter that slots in. They rate up to like 200 horsepower, which I will not be needing. It goes in, really nice fit. You can see the OEM quality of the racing line stuff is really top quality, and just it looks like a subtle upgrade without being really, really obvious. If you know what you're looking at, you can see it, but if you can't, that's great. It just looks factory.
So there we have it. Racing line kit installed. We've got the induction kit installed. We've now got the X-Force exhaust turbo back. We've got the oil catch can and baffle kit to stop any oil coming out of the head under braking acceleration. Catching any fumes gets a bit of a hard time. So yeah, it's all ready to go. Looks stock, fantastic. So if you want any of this kit, head over to sparesbox.com.au, check it out.